We're only going to touch the surface of the material in today's video. Just keep in mind that while some of you may think the material we're presenting is nonsense, 99% of the stuff we've covered in the past, which many had dismissed as conjecture, turned out to be accurate. It all comes down to making the necessary connections, observing their actions from behind the scenes, reviewing the documents, and tracking down the information I'm referring to. Let's discuss regulation, and how Ripple is crucial to this. Moreover, the regulation of mandatory markets and cryptocurrency assets, MAA, will not include European markets by June 2025. This legislation will take effect in the next few months. Their reliable currency is in charge. The EU authorities have released several proposed regulations for stablecoins under the Ripple Support MAA. Tether's enormous $40 billion market capitalization, I think it's a lot bigger. Greater than that stated, they wouldn't be subject to MAA regulation since they didn't want to go through the process. That is cause for concern. But what are the chances that the EU will publish its draft regulations a month later? We have been suggesting for a very long time that Ripple is going to launch its own stablecoin. I don't think you guys realize that at this point, they're essentially setting up one of the largest enterprises that we have ever seen. What is the expected size of the Ripple? 100% of the writing has been on the wall. In my opinion, Apple is going to be a trillion-dollar corporation, far larger than Google. After a very long time, 2021 is finally here. World Economic Forum, PDF and industry viewpoint on the knowledge and resources required to create fair cryptocurrency regulation, and you can probably guess who was involved. When Brad Garlinghouse discusses regulating cryptocurrency, what are the chances that they got their bid license in New York in 2016? Please pay close attention to this, York. They made it rather evident that they will use XRP to reduce costs and increase liquidity, as that is what the New York banks will be doing. In 2024, New York bank customers will be looking to use XRP to save money and obtain liquidity. In response to their promise of stability, which was recently released this year, Ripple purchased Standard Custody and Trust Company, an enterprise-grade regulated platform for digital assets located in New York. Just a few days ago, in April, Ripple made a significant acquisition. They stated that the majority of regulations adhere to two different kinds of licensing, and we have already discussed how crucial licensing is. The first permits the issuance of stable coinage by specific categories of authorized financial institutions, including banks and non-bank financial entities. With the second kind, regulated businesses are given the ability to issue stable currencies once they have secured a license tailored to cryptocurrency. Right, a regulated company. Although Ripple is a regulated company, have a look at this. They discuss how to get a license unique to cryptocurrencies, and if we look at Graph 3, they are directing us to look at their website at this point, and New York has a license to conduct virtual currency commercial activities. Ripple acquired this license in 2016, and everything is proceeding as planned. Ripple maintains strict regulations in all these areas. It is an undeniable reality, one cannot dispute it. That's a head-scratcher with isn't it? It shouldn't be, as things only grow better, and maintaining stable coins with CBDCs and other digital assets is essential to fostering an integrated financial system that isn't currently experiencing any issues. They are this. I still don't know the answer. In this case, we are discussing the year 2024. The idea of a unified ledger, which was suggested by the BIS, provides a viable remedy under a united ledger. Implementing a system like this could have a drastic impact on the global economy. CBDCs, private tokenized funds, such as tokenized deposits, stable currencies, and other tokenized assets, can coexist on the same programmable platform. The financial system is changing to become more resilient, efficient, and inclusive. The shift calls for significant international cooperation as well as public and private cooperation. Oh my goodness, people, pay attention. 20-20-30-40-50-60-100 anything above 100% of XRP is happening, and I don't care. In terms of pricing, I'm pretty cautious. Targets, and in the upcoming video, we'll discuss value, where it will come from, and why XRP must remain high once again. My goal is to make this as simple as possible for everyone to comprehend because I want every single person on Earth to know that. This is an incredible opportunity that won't come around very often, so you should seize it while you can. However, keep in mind that we're developing a completely new financial system and that XRP and Ripple play a significant part in its implementation. Additionally, the fact that XRP's value has remained essentially unchanged since its creation should speak for itself. PDF, alright, the future monetary system's blueprint, enhancing the current to make room for the new. They converse here. They discuss the future phases of financial systems about the unified ledger. The trip will involve the combined capabilities of the public and private sectors, so Ripple and the banks to create technology solutions and standards that address particular use cases, and central banks could collaborate with regulated private firms. We already know that Ripple and BIS have been working on this for a considerable amount of time, yet they encourage you to jump straight in. Right before your eyes, they demonstrate their cooperation, and they assert that unregulated issuers in the cryptocurrency system primarily use stablecoins. After we establish a $1 trillion foundation, it's only up in this cryptocurrency environment. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. From here on out, you can assure yourself that this entire cryptocurrency ecosystem minimum will be sitting on the $5 trillion market size next year. In the projects that the BIS Innovation Hub discussed, you may recall that we discussed Eurogenesis, Duner, and Enbridge Dynamo, and every person who has been, if you subscribe to my channel, you've seen that we've covered every one of these. All of them are distractions, and ultimately, that's what they will lead to. Although there is work being done on it and real information in it, they ultimately need to gather everything together because this is simply a smokescreen. I would like to refer to it as this. We were aware from the beginning of all these experiments, small proof concepts, and tests that Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, and none of these resources have a 48C XRP at the moment is a blessing, and I sincerely hope it falls much lower than this, but I don't think it will. If you're thinking, why do you want to go lower? Then I understood that none of these platforms' assets could scale to what the banks wanted. Simply to amass, as I previously stated, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and soon, XRP is GNA very much melting faces. And I'll invest all of my money in those 10-20-30-40-50-60 since it doesn't make sense logically for it to miss those targets given the notion of cryptocurrency liquidity.